Welcome to the instructional handover video for the Chausson 650 Premium Edition 2020 model. So walking around the vehicle, behind the driver's seat we have the external barbecue point, the habitation door, and this customer's added an awning to the vehicle and an aerial just above that. The fridge vents and the external awning light is just located up there, and a lower vent just there. Behind that is the toilet cassette. Pinch that together, lift up the handle, turn upside down, remove the little cap, press the orange button and empty it, swirl it out, put your liquid in or your little sachets, pop it back in and slide it back in so that it just goes over that little lip there. Please make sure that you do close the toilet cassette blade inside, and I'll show you how to do that later. Underneath it you've got a little sign that's telling you where your wastewater drain is, and you pull the little black handle there which opens and releases the water out of the grey pipe. The doors twist to open on the rear locks, and you have two sets of keys. You have two Ford keys and two Chausson keys. They simply turn in and lock in place, and to unlock, pop your key in, twist, and then release them by turning both bottom and top locker areas and hold in place there. Inside here we've got your mains and 12 volt sockets. We've also got a light. This customer's added a TV, and there's the box for the TV, the makeup cushions and the carpets, and you'll see there's a sliding door from the garage into the habitation area. Moving towards the back, again they're fitted with the bike rack points, and there's your lights. Gas lockers located just here, which again will take one either 6 kilo, 11 kilo refillable or a 13 French bottle, and you have your pigtail just there, which is usually propane on these. Above we have your reversing camera lens just up there. And then to the passenger side we've got the big ski locker. Again, we're twisting these to open them once the handles come out, and we've got access into here. Above you've got some little turnbuckles which allow the shelves to come down if you want them as shelves, or push them up and lock them in place just as like that if you want a big floor to ceiling locker area there. In here we see that you've got your pegs for your awning, your fix and go solution, and your external hose for the shower, as well as your awning pole just located there. There is a separate video showing of the awnings, so we will send you this separate of it. We've got the alloy wheels, and there is a locking wheel nut in the blue pack provided from Ford to Chausson. In front of that then we've got mains plug-in point. So pretty simple, plugs in one way. To release it, press that down and pull your cable out. In front of that we've got the boiler cover and the external shower point. So the external shower point, as we've just shown you, is in the garage, just fits into there. And then your cover, you need to remove this when you're using the water heater. The service locker, so press the two buttons in either side, release it down. To the right hand side we have got your water filler point. And again, with two positions, we've got a maximum and minimum level. The minimum level being a travelling capacity, which you'll need to lift up this little brown lever and turn the pump on. The maximum as it's set just there will allow the tank to fill up to full. And you can see it is a transparent tank, so you will see when it is full, or whatever level you've filled it up to. And to fill it up, simply remove the cap and fill it up using a hose pipe. Once full, it will overflow out of there. There is an indicator inside to tell you when it is full as well. And the only other thing that you need to remember to do, which is clearly marked just there on a sticker, is to put the drain valve in underneath. The drain valve underneath is just located there. So you'll see the little black push fitting that goes on the end of the blue pipe, just inside the black heater duct, and that will stop the freshwater tank from emptying completely. If you do want to empty it completely, you just simply need to push that fitting up at the bottom and put your two fingers above it to pull it off, and it will release the water out of the freshwater tank. And that, like I say, is marked clearly there. Forward of that, going into the cab area itself, so again use the key to unlock it. We have your diesel filler point, just located there, and then the AdBlue facility underneath. So gain access to them simply by opening the passenger door. The bonnet release catch on the front of all the new Fords is located just there. You put the key in, turn it left, turn it right, and that will allow you to lift up the bonnet. With the bonnet open, you'll clearly mark where the negative point is, and that is this little silver point just down here where my finger's pointing to, and your positive point just there if you do need to jump start the vehicle. On this side we've got your screen wash and your oil and your dipstick located just underneath there. One thing also to be pointed out to you is you've got a little plate here. This is where the build plate number is located if you do need to order any Chausson parts from another Chausson dealer. The wing mirrors manually fold in, but then will electrically operate, and that's the same on both sides, and your aerial for your radio is just located there. So moving inside, it is central locking, so the door will work off the remote control key. We come in to the control panel. So Chausson control panel is just turned on by pressing that left hand side button. Now anything that operates will light up. So if we want the lights on, we'll press the lights. If we want the water pump on, we press the water pump. And if we want the external awning light to on, we press that. You'll also see just down here that we have an indicator to tell us that we're plugged into mains. You can see from before that we were, and that tells you that you are plugged into mains electric. At the bottom left button tells us what power's in the leisure battery, what power is in the engine battery, if we have any water in the water tank, and an indicator will come up here to tell you when the wastewater tank's full. And then this last button on the right hand side, just here, will allow you to dim or brighten the control panel. To the left of that, we've got the thermostat for the heating. We've got light switches, which turn on the lower spotlights, the blue ones. And then we've got the main light switches just around the vehicle, and that's the two switches just here. Then we've got the heating. So to turn the heating on, dead simple guys. Twist it, it'll light up, and turn it off, the light will go out. To regulate the temperature, you turn the dial from the coldest setting to the warmest setting. If you're too warm, turn it down. If you're not warm enough, turn it up. One tip we do give you on this is to either plug into mains electric before you start the heating, or just before you turn off the engine for the cab, turn that on if you're wild camping, and it'll stop some of that drain on the actual 12-volt battery if you're doing that. Moving to the kitchen area, we've got your 2-burner hob, gas on this side, electric on here, electric one here, and your 2 burners. You've got the triple X system, so you've got your grill and your oven. Your grill is one temperature, your oven is changeable. And underneath that, to the left, we have your table operation and your bed operation and a mains plug-in socket. To get into the cupboard, you've got to press the button in and then release. And then press the button in and open for your space there. An isolation switch for your gas there, just if you need to know where that is. And make sure before you're travelling that you do press them buttons in. One thing also to remember, and there is a sticker on the top telling you, make sure that it's cool and before you close that lid, or it will smash and shatter if you don't. Fridge operation, so to turn the fridge on, press and hold that button and it will give you a series of settings. So either gas, mains, or vehicle battery when the vehicle battery is running. Your other option, as you might have seen there, is the automatic option, and that will automatically search the strongest signal. To the right of that, we've got your temperature from the warmest to the coldest. You'll also see that it does light up inside, so you will know that it is on. You've got your freezer compartment above and your fridge below. Little catches under here, which will go on to both your freezer and your fridge. Just there to let you ventilate the fridge when it's not in use. And to turn it off, simply press and hold that button and the panel will go off. Above that, this customer's had an aerial fitted, and that is just located just underneath there. Now if the blue light's not showing, there is a little switch to turn on and off just underneath there. But make sure that that switch is turned on, otherwise you won't be able to operate the unit correctly. So you'll see the blue light just there. There is a spare 12 volt socket just located just up there. And to the side of it, the TV is located just there. To slide it out, just pinch that little button in and then slide the unit out just like that. You will need to tune it in as and when you use it, and to turn the angle of the TV, just pull that little silver peg down and that will allow you to alter the position of the TV. Clips back in place when you're not using it to store out the way. Below here we have got your storage area underneath the sink, just there, and we've got your taps just located there. The toilet, I mentioned about the blade valve, so when it is full it will tell you that it's full with the warning light just as you see there. When you want to use the water, the pump's got to be turned on, you simply press the blue button. So to open it, you simply press the dial here or the lever to the right, left to close, right to open. Now if it is open, it will not allow you to pull the toilet cassette out from the toilet, so you must make sure it's closed before you do that. You'll see now that the light goes out as the toilet cassette is empty. It does swivel around, so you can move it from left to right in whichever position that you want. Above we have an opening window. Press it down, down, and then release it out. To get it to close, you've got to go all the way up to come all the way down and close it down. We have got a blind and a fly screen on this particular model, so depending on which height you want. The mirror will slide for storage and slide just when you're not using it there. To get in to the cupboard again, push fittings. And inside there we have your cab carpets, grill pan, your cargo nets, supports for the drop down bed, and again good storage in there for all your belongings. Again, making sure, it's really important, press them buttons in before you drive off. The rear area I said you could gain access to, simply just slides and opens to close into there. Bathroom area, it's on a magnet, just runs on the edge here and on the side here, so that will magnetise together. We have got an opening vent just above here and a hanging rail that comes down just like so. Pushes up when you're not using it. And the one thing to tell you on this, it is always forgotten, is just underneath here, which is underneath the sink, is where the switch is for the bathroom. Yes guys, the lights do turn off on the bathroom without turning the control panel off. Storage, we have got storage up here and storage up there. Up here we have got the gas controls for the water heater on the Truma side, so that is the gas controls. You can use gas and electric heating at the same time. Yeah, so the simple position in the middle is off. You've got 50 degrees up and 70 degrees down. So that is your gas when you're not hooked up to mains electric. For the water heater, the water heater is located underneath here, and on here we have the electric side of it. So we have two settings on this as well. We have a 1 kilowatt and 2 kilowatt setting, depending on whether you switch the switch up or down, and again in the middle position that is turned off. Please don't run the water heater with no water in there. The water heater is located underneath this seat here, just there, and the main thing that you're looking for here is down at the bottom of there. You will see there is a little yellow toggle valve. Now at the moment it's pointing horizontal, and it doesn't matter whether it's pointing to the front or the back, but it needs to be in that position for you to fill up your boiler. If it is in the vertical position, it will just simply take your fresh water out of the vehicle main water tank, through your boiler and out of the vehicle. So make sure that is down when in use, and when not using it, flick it up so it's vertical, and that will empty the boiler, stop it from freezing or contaminating when it's warm. That is your water heater. To operate both bed and table, you must have your key in the switch. So that is at the front. That is also where your manual override is for the bed. So the bed, simply press the bed switch down, move anything from underneath. But if you want to set it in the higher position, it's roughly about there. And that's where the nets that are just lying in the storage area at the back will come into place. And then we'll clip into the underneath of the vehicle. Just on the little brackets, just located here, and again the little brackets that are around the roof area. To get it lower, move anything that will stop the bed from coming down out of the way, and simply press the bed down, making sure that the seats are out the way, and that will come down in its lowest form, just as you see there. You don't need to move the backrests. They can stay in place, and again you'll see you've got access in an emergency or in an evening to get out of there. Large hecky roof light at the front, and you've got some little reading LED lights there. To put it back up, you simply press the button up and the bed then raises. We do say to you, you can keep your duvets on there. If your pillars are big, we tell you to use the spacers either side at the front, just to store the pillows. And again, through winter, we tell you to just drop the bed down a bit to let it ventilate, stop any build up of condensation just in there. So maybe drop it down to there, leaving a bit of gap for the motorhome to breathe when you're not using it. Once it's up, the lights should go in. If they're not, you can adjust it just up here on this little limit switch, just there. Now the windows are virtually similar on all of them. So clip it together, pull it down and lock it in place. And then it allows you to operate both fly screen and blind. To release it, clip together and open up. It's the same on the front. 2 windows either side, and you do have your magnetic blinds that are just located just there. If you don't like them, they are removable. Simply magnetised just to add a little bit of finish to the vehicle. The seats, as you see, just simply go like that. Or the alternative option is the travelling position, which I'll show you how to do now. Couple of simple steps. So remove the cushions first of all, and then lift up the back by pressing the little dial and with your other hand lifting it up. Just like so, and then put your cushions in place for your travelling seat. Just like that. And that's the same on both sides. So you've got 2 travelling seats, one on this side and the one as demonstrated just there. Light switches for the cab area for the little LEDs is just located there. And the same on this side, it's just located just there. We have a twin USB charging point. And underneath the cab seat on the passenger side is where your engine battery is located. You have your radio and your air conditioning just located there. 12-volt charging point, and this is the automatic gearbox. You've got the reversing camera, which comes on when you start up the vehicle and you select it in the reverse. And we have got your Remis blinds, which you simply pinch together and then magnetise on. Same on both sides, and it's exactly the same on the front area, just there. The steering wheel, you've got your controls for your cruise control on this side, and your radio navigation, hands-free on this side. Above that, we've got the windscreen wipers and the indicators just on that side, and the lights are just located just on that side there. There is an auto function on this, so you can use that. It does use a disengaging handbrake, so the handbrake does drop down. We will show you how to use this on the day. And we have another 12 volt charging point just in the front area just there. That concludes the handover for the vehicle. I'm sure you'll find this video informational and will help you on your journey further down the line. Please, if you've got any feedback or comments, let us know. Any queries or questions, we're here to answer them. Thank you.